Yeah, yeah.
And then when I hold my phone like this, it does the horizontal bullshit, and it's fucked up. I have a confession to make, though. I have like an addiction to technology, bro. Like there's too much knowledge on these damn devices that it just drives me nuts. Let me get the logo off your face here. Let me,
Dude, there's so much knowledge that it's making us stupid.
bro. It overwhelms me because I have the tism a little bit, the ADHD, so I hyperfixate. So like I've been going down the rabbit hole lately of like
Yeah.
various things, and I've been reading the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. I don't know if you've ever read them.
No.
Are you familiar with who Thoth is?
No, I'm not. No, I don't.
Thoth is the ancient Egyptian god, one of the oldest gods celebrated besides the Anunnaki, which we're going to talk about that too.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Thoth is the Egyptian god of wisdom, of knowledge. He supposedly created language. He had the face of a bird, so bird is the word.
Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now, yeah.
Yeah, but these tablets were supposedly given to this guy by the name of Duriel to translate, and they are 35,000-year-old tablets. And what is in them is crazy, bro. He mentions coming from Atlantis through a great flood and landing in what is now Egypt. And he's talking about flying in his spaceship. And he's the children of Kim, which is made from stardust, came here and he created humankind out of stardust. And he talks about astronomy and shit. And this is stuff that don't make sense, like how he would have known 35,000 years ago.
Yeah. I mean that goes back to, the possibility of ancient civilizations, you know what I mean?
That Yeah, that's what actually ties into. I've been watching a lot of Ancient Aliens,
Oh yeah.
and I'm like, I starting to feel like that guy with like the fucked up hair. He's like aliens. It's gotta
Dude,
be.
I just saw that I just saw a thing not too long ago that they're doing like live shows now and they're coming to Wheeling.
Dude, I want to go. Let's go.
Yeah, we should definitely go. I need to check again and see what the date is. But
March
I know.
something.
Oh
It's
yeah. I think I actually shared that with you. Did I share that with
yeah,
you? Yeah, we should go for sure.
dude. It's fucking wild because like I've always had a thing for aliens, but like I was watching that show and I got to thinking, is that why we as a civilization want to explore up there and not necessarily our waters because we don't feel like we belong here? Because we
Maybe.
don't.
Maybe.
And what if Mars at one time had life and that life came here?
There's so many possibilities that like we could talk for hours and
We're
hours
going
on
to.
this.
Um, no, but like the Anunnaki, have you looked into them?
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, dude. The prequel to the Alien movies, Prometheus, like the whole concept of that movie is like aliens bringing DNA to Earth and dropping it in the water, and that's what we are now. Like that's a very plausible and believable theory that
Well,
we are that we were never even supposed to be here. We were actually dropped by another ancient alien civilization, just dropping their DNA across the universe.
I'm just an idiot with YouTube, so don't take me seriously when I say this. Do your own research. But from my understanding, our higher subconscious and our self awareness actually comes from a DNA strain that we have that came from lizards.
Wow.
Why do we have lizard DNA?
Lizard people, bro.
It's only found in lizards and chimpanzees, so it's Guar. Guar did this.
Dude, the difference in our DNA structure between us and chimps is so minute. Like,
Mhm.
what if you went to the other side of that? Like, what if the species that is, if there's aliens out there, what if their DNA structure is only just a little bit more than ours? to be able to go from a chimp to humans, what's that little bit extra? How far, like how far advanced can you be with just that little bit of percentage?
Well, what's crazy
Crazy to
is
think about.
the theory. Why have we Homo sapiens outlived like Neanderthals and our other ancestors that were closely related? Were we a science experiment?
I think it has a lot to do with the internet. We have heat and stuff now, and
Yes, but that also goes into the theory.
we have Robitussin and
That goes
penicillin.
to the theory, though, that a lot of people are starting to believe that there are no original ideas. We just keep repeating.
Yeah, the internet. I read a thing about that the other day about how the internet died in like 2022 or something. That everything that we see now is all like AI generated. Like most of the stuff that we interact with on social media is all AI generated and not even real human beings.
Not
It's
just
gonna.
not just that, but human beings have gone extinct in various ways and have come back. So therefore,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
yeah, therefore, none of these ideas are original. Everything's already
Oh,
been done.
yeah. I mean that goes back to the, I mean ancient civilizations. I mean supposedly we've gotten to this point before
Hmm.
and have no evidence of it.
Because the Great Pyramid looks a lot like an energy source.
Yeah.
And in the stone tablet of Thoth, he mentions how he built the Great Pyramid of Giza in 3 days, according to him. And who is him? I don't know. They credit the tablets to Hermes the thrice born, which the Egyptian theory is, and it kind of ties into like other religions if you really think about it. Thoth comes back every so many thousand years under a different form, and he was born 3 different times. So, like, it's kind of like the reborn thing with Christianity. And also, the Anunnaki had a great flood that they mentioned. Thoth came here from a great flood. The Anunnaki had a great flood, which was the Epic of Gilgamesh. And that predates Christianity by 1,000 years, bro. Like, what if either A, they're just borrowing stories from each other, or B, this just keeps happening?
Yeah, just history repeating itself.
Yeah, and then we have no recollection of it. We're the only species that has this kind of forgetfulness about where we came from. Like we
Just all of our like information just disappears
Mhm.
somehow. Whatever happens.
How stupid are we that we don't write on tablets anymore?
I know, right?
Because okay, bro, I gotta say this. All right, if our civilization dies off, the only way of knowing about us is by somehow restoring social media, and I don't
Yeah.
want that. I don't want that because they'll think I'm some kind of like weird god from back then that like clapping booty cheeks and like
I mean that's but you are though. Like where's the lie there?
like they're like the great Mike said. Where the bitches at? What do you mean by he likes to eat butt? Is that he says he likes squirters? Does he mean like the fountain of youth? Because you know how we don't understand the language from back then. Could you imagine what they're thinking? What we mean?
Yeah, yeah, I know, right?
like,
Oh
like,
man.
what the hell? This
Yeah,
Jeffrey Dahmer guy. Did you know that the last of the Hitler lineage died recently?
really?
The
That we
last,
know of? That
the
we know
last
of, right?
person with the Hitler last name died.
Wow.
It was his great niece or something. I don't know. Could you imagine living your life like that?
I honestly didn't even know that he had kids.
Yeah, that one testicle worked pretty wonders. I think it wasn't his kid. I think, like I said, it was his great niece. So it would
Oh,
have been like,
niece. Okay.
so it would have
Yeah.
been like a relative. It's fucking crazy though. Could you imagine living your life in Germany and that's your last name?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude.
Like that would be fucking horrible. Okay, that would be like
Yeah.
You wouldn't get through class. I would legally change it.
Oh, for sure, most definitely.
So what's going on with you now that we're going down all kinds of rabbit holes? We need to advertise you. Before we advertise you, though, guys, check out our sponsors. They keep the lights on. Go ahead, Nate. Take the floor. You need to promote yourself before we forget.
We got a bunch of stuff going on other than we usually take like the last couple months of the year off from playing shows because it gives us a chance to kind of like hone in and go over what all the success we've had through the year and all the non-success things we've had through the year and like bank up for the following year and figure out what we want to do for the following year. So like right around the holiday seasons when we kind of slow down a little bit on the show stuff, but behind the scenes, um, we got two new songs that are going to be released soon, and then we got a bunch of content that we're going to be rolling out with that, and then we're writing on new material and redoing our stage show with all new lighting setup and all that good stuff. So we got a lot of stuff coming up for 2025.
How
Most definitely.
exciting,
Yeah. Yeah, we
dude!
got a couple runs in the works for next year too. We're gonna start expanding out a little bit more than what we have been in the past.
What's a current band that you would like to tour with?
Oh man. I mean, my favorite band of all time is Korn, so I mean, that would be like my ultimate like
Bro,
going
I
on
have an
tour with
idea
those
for.
guys.
I got an idea. Would you like to start a side project with me?
Let's do it.
Let's start a band. They cover pop songs, right? But we do it in the style of corn. We're popcorn. And we yeah. Could you imagine? Oh, baby, baby, how was I supposed to know? Show me how you want it. Boom, 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 no, no. You know what's weird is that motherfucker made scat popular again. Like he did, he
Oh
did
yeah.
that.
He made kilts popular again too, bagpipes, all that stuff.
Fuck yeah, dude. Is he actually Scottish?
Who, Jonathan Davis?
Yeah,
I think he's a mutt, actually, to be honest with you. I'm not sure exactly what his background is, but
he's a little bit of everything. He's got that fucking
dude,
Scottish.
we're all a little bit of everything, man.
Dude, I'm Scotch Irish and probably a little German. I got nervous the other day because I was doing my ancestry thing and I wasn't doing the blood thing. I was like tracing it myself using ancestry, and I found out I had a relative that fought in the Civil War. They were a Union. Okay, they fought in the Civil War. They were a Union. Cool. And then I found out I had another relative who fought in World War II, of course, for the United States. But I found out I had another relative that fought in World War II as well, and he was German. I can't win this lottery more than twice. Man. Like, I'm afraid to find out, bro. Could you imagine? Nope. Two
Dude,
uncle.
yeah,
What?
war like the Civil War is crazy because like they had relatives fighting each other. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
dude.
We all more than likely have relatives that were part of the North and the South, and they fought each other. And
You know what's weird? They never really talk about in like our history classes where I'm from, but like certain states, not all states were just Union or Confederacy. There was like sections of states that was like one or the other. Like for instance, Missouri. Missouri is mostly viewed as a Confederate state, but they also had Union cities. They were fighting against other Confederates.
kind of like Austin, Texas, it's like the liberal city in the middle of a conservative state.
Yeah, like what the fuck is that? It's just weird, dude. I'm actually glad we got this election over, man.
Oh yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it's just consuming everybody's lives, and it's like I'm done. I'm done. I'm
Yeah,
ready to just move on.
me
Like
too. Like it's crazy. Like people obsess too much over like thinking somebody's gonna fix something. They're not. Like they're like
yeah, dude, I don't think like my personal view on it is I don't trust any of them. I
me either,
never
dude.
have. I don't. I
Me either.
never have.
It's
So
all pre-selected. I'm a big George Carlin fan, and He talked about that. I'm like, fuck
Yeah.
it, like whatever. Have
They
you?
don't they don't give a shit about you at all.
No, because they're rich, dude. Like, vote for me for president. I'm running. I'm bringing MySpace back, dude. Tom's gonna be my running mate. That's
Dude, I remember people being mad at me and shit for not having them in my top friends list on MySpace and shit.
I
Like I
remember
talk
that
about
shit.
that stuff with my kids and they're like, "What's MySpace?" I'm like, "Let me tell you something about that." You know what I mean?
Back
Let
when
me
the
tell you
internet was
something.
cool,
Yeah. But
like you had to wait to come home to experience the internet.
yeah, I would find out like a friend would not talk to me for 3 days and I'd be like, "What's going on? What you been up to?" And the reason why they haven't talked to me is because I took them out of my top 8 or top 10 or whatever. It's like, are you serious? You're mad at me over that?
You know what's crazy about the MySpace days is people kind of forget how simplistic it was, but yet advanced. You can
Yeah,
make your own profile picture, your own like profile song. You made your whole profile like it was its own HTML website,
yeah,
but also you couldn't follow people. You just added people.
yeah, exactly.
So like I was good friends with Dane Cook. I was just, it's just how that works.
Yeah. The what killed MySpace, I think, was when they started letting people add like flash stuff to their pages.
Yeah, it slowed
Because
it down.
like towards the end, like I would go on someone's profile and like fireworks would shoot off
Mhm.
and like all this flash stuff would come up and your computer would basically crash. And I just stopped going. I actually stopped going on MySpace after that because it just kept crashing all the time.
I think.
Shame. I miss it. I miss it though. I miss like the first handful of years of MySpace and how it operated was really cool.
Well, did you see the new future of the internet? It's very slow start. People are not switching from Facebook right away, of course, but there's this new thing called federated internet. It's the Fediverse, or Blue Sky does the same thing. You literally there's no people controlling the main website. It's each individual servers that you sign on to be on that website. So like you make your own rules pretty much. You can make your own server if you wanted.
So basically, like instead of having one dark web, there will be multiple dark webs.
Well, there's rules, but not as long as you're not breaking the law.
Yeah, I got you.
Um Now what's crazy is like their version of Facebook, for instance, and their version of Twitter can communicate with one another. Like you can add somebody or follow somebody on a completely different platform. That would be kind of like the equivalent of me on Facebook following somebody on Twitter and being able to see their feed and theirs see mine, but as tweets.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. That is an amazing thing that's going on right now, but it's also confusing because you
Very,
have to
yeah.
pick a server.
Do you
Or
have to do you have to pay for access to that server
if you make your own, yes. If you're
if you make
joining a
your own?
server, some of them do, but the main server, like Mastodon, has their own server that's free, and you can just make an account on that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and Mastodon's just like Twitter. Blue Sky's just like Twitter. It was created by the one of the creators of Twitter. Actually, when Elon Musk took over, he left and went and made Blue Sky.
Yeah, I actually started a Blue Sky account for the band just to see how it works, and it's literally just like Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
except I mean, it's just like any other brand new social media. It's like it feels like that like when Threads came out, like everybody started a new Thread account, but it was
Yeah,
like so hard to like get followers for some reason. Like you get like I got on Threads like the next day, like maybe 2 days after it came out, and there were people on there like celebrities and shit that already had like 1 million followers, and I'm like, what the hell? And then you're like, I can't even get one. I can't
that,
get one.
that's because if you look at it though, bro, like with Threads though, Threads is actually part of the Fediverse, so you can follow people on Mastodon through Threads.
Oh, really?
Yes, they federated, which it kind of shocked a lot of people that are familiar with it because they're like, maybe Facebook's going to try to take over because Threads is owned by Facebook. But I don't know. But with Blue Sky, I think a lot of people should go to Blue Sky because it's like more
It seems
freedom
like a
over
pretty
there.
cool. Yeah, it seems like a pretty cool platform.
It's there's more
Seems like
freedom, and
it's easy to navigate.
well, there's currently a war I see on content creators, and I've seen it slowly. If you're not established yet, they like restrict you for the dumbest things, especially on TikTok. Like, I'm a cannabis connoisseur. I also am a comedian. Naturally, a lot of my content gets taken down and I get restricted. Even if I mention cannabis at all, like even hint around it, they will restrict my life and make me get off of it. And I'm like, why? Like, why can't I mention my medicine? But if I'm talking about like Xanax, that's allowed.
It's like they only leave certain subjects up to certain content creators.
Yes, and I've seen a lot of people doing dabs live, and I'm like, I can't even hit my vape pen, but you're over here like doing fucking hardcore weed. That
But
is,
that's
bro.
why I think like these new platforms like Blue Sky and stuff like they already know like okay, well this person who just started a Blue Sky account has 10 million followers on TikTok, so we're gonna blow their profile up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're like intertwined in some way to know who's the main content creators on different platforms to make them blow up on those ones too.
Well, also when you go to Blue Sky, you can actually make Blue Sky has this option where you can make a link with a bunch of content creators that you can follow, and you can just hit follow all. You know, go
Oh, really?
yeah, and it will actually transfer all the people that made a Blue Sky account from Twitter, and you'll be following them.
Hmm.
And I think a lot of people are doing that too.
Yeah.
Which I think we all should question leaving these major platforms because they're getting to the point where they're commercialized and they're corporate. And like,
Dude, seriously, if it wasn't for me being a musician and social media literally being like the only fucking crutch that we have to stand on when it comes to promoting your music anymore,
same with
I
comedy.
wouldn't have I wouldn't have a Facebook or a TikTok or any of that stuff. The only reason why I've ever had any social media was to promote my music. That's it. Literally it.
I doom scroll a lot though. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie,
that's what I'm saying. I always get stuck doom scrolling so much.
dude.
So much.
I'm like, I need to go to bed early, and I'll lay down in bed at 8, and I'll be like going through like TikTok. Next thing I know, I'm listening to a YouTube video, like kinda while scrolling, replying to messages, and then I'm like, okay, it's 1 a.m. now. All right, that's cool. It just happens that fucking quick,
Yeah.
dude.
I'm sitting here like doom scrolling through my phone and I look over and I see like one of my kids on their phone. I'm like, why are you always on your phone? And then I look over and I see that I'm always on my phone too.
I like how your phone is giving you a thumbs up.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it did a little thumbs up thing. So, what shows you got coming up? Are you allowed to announce them?
Yeah, we got I mean we've got a handful that we're not really going to start promoting yet because we want to really focus heavily on promoting our singles when they come up and we'll start promoting the shows after that. But we do have one show in April coming up that is going to be an awesome event. Actually, my buddy Bryce Saditz, who's going to join us here in a little bit. Oh wait, I think he's there. He is right there.
All I see is eyes, dude. He looks like the fucking dude from like Home Improvement. He
Yeah.
was What's up, brother? How you doing? Can't hear you, bro. Can't hear you, bro.
Hi.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
There he
good.
is.
That kind of reminds
What's
me of that
up?
old Verizon commercial. What's up, dude?
Nothing. I was worried when I first got on here. All I heard was just like static, and I was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna have to get off of here, and then like I'm gonna pop in, and then I'm gonna pop out." You know what I mean?
Oh, you're good, bro. You're good. We're just chilling. You missed the ancient alien conversation. We can get back into that if you want. But what are you up to?
Oh, I'm doing my thing, just big chilling, man. I don't know how freely you are about marijuana.
Oh, I'm very clear. I can tell you're stoned right now, bro. Like you don't even hide it well.
Really? No, this is a delicate life choice, man. You know what I mean?
You know what's crazy is like back in the day we used to have to hide in a car and buy it from a dude at Circle K. Now you just go to the fucking store. You just like sometimes just to add excitement to my life, I pretend it's still illegal.
Yeah, there's like always those guys that will be like in the line. They'll be like, "Yeah, I used to get a pound for $100 back in the day." And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, that's great." And then one guy, he was like, I was like, "Yeah, I know," and he was like, "No, you don't." And I was like, "All right," and turned around and stopped talking to him.
I hate people like that. That's the same energy you get when you're in line to like see an older band. It happened to me with Iron Maiden. I was waiting in line for Iron Maiden. You always have the old guys like, "What do you know about Maiden?" And I'm like, "I know a decent amount." And they're like, "Name 3 songs," and I name like 4 track albums, and then he tells me to shut up.
Yeah, they're trying to gatekeep you, dog.
Yeah,
That's all that's happening.
I just look like I belong at a Grateful Dead show, and they get confused.
I mean, the shoe fits. You know what I mean?
They talk about the younger generation being like bad gatekeepers, dude, but it's so much worse with older generations for sure, for sure.
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
I have a problem with that too. When somebody's like, they'll be like, "Oh, I like this band," and I'm like, "No, you don't." You know what I mean? Like, because I'm just like surprised that anybody even cares.
Yeah,
You
you
know?
don't like Milli Vanilli.
Yeah. You don't like lip syncing. It's not real.
I catch myself doing it sometimes too. I'll go pick up my kids from school and like a kid will be wearing a Nirvana shirt. And I'll be like, "Hey, go ask them, name one song."
Nah, don't bully anybody.
No, I
Don't
don't.
do
I
it.
mean, I pick on my boys about it all the time.
Well,
You know what's
yeah.
weird is when I was in school though, like I see a lot of younger generation, I love it. They're wearing like the corn shirts and like they're doing their hair and shit like we used to in school and shit. But like when we were in school, nobody was walking around with like a fucking like like a fucking, like Beatles shirt. Like nobody was walking around with a
Yeah, I was like
haircut.
the only kid in my middle school that like was like a god.
Oh shit. You did what? You just turned black, dude. I don't know what happened. But he's in
Yeah, shut up
Plaguewielder.
for a second. I'm so sorry.
Oh shit! Was that a demon? Somebody actually sounds like a demon, dude. You sound like you got a trachea. I don't know what he's
I've smoked for 15 years.
Yeah, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm sorry.
Oh, you sound very raspy, but I like it. You sound like you sound like Stephen Hawking, bro.
Who, me?
Yeah, you're like all raspy and shit.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
It's okay, dude. What do you like to talk about? Let's talk about things if you're able to. Jesus Christ. Try leaving and coming back. See what happens.
Okay, I'll leave and come back.
Yeah, that's what my ex said. She never did. No. But anyway, you're good, dude. Hold on. Just leave and come back. We'll bring you back up. So, like, how have you been, dude? You were going to say he was going to say something, but then he kind of went like static. Can you still hear me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you are.
I was talking to you. You didn't.
Oh, my bad. I was waiting for him. I was waiting for him to bounce out. I
You
wasn't
look
sure
like
if he
that
was
old news reporter, dude. You're like, no, with Jim with the weather. Yeah, it's raining.
I can't see without my glasses on, so I keep like popping in there, like, what's going on over here?
Dude, you have them Chinese eyes a little bit.
I can't help it, man.
So what was you gonna say before he jumped on? I know you was wanting to
Yeah, that's his band Plaguewielder. Bryce, he released they released like a Halloween EP, and he sent it to me to check out, and I listened to it, and
Better now.
there we
you
go.
go, dude.
Good. We're
And we
good.
got
We're
to
good. We're good.
we got to chatting about just like personal stuff in life and what's going on. And we talked about wanting to do a like a charity event to help raise some money for suicide awareness. And I was like, man, we've been wanting to do something like that for a long time. That would be a great thing to do. So we just kind of got in the planning stages of it, and Bryce set up all the stuff down at River City Ale Works.
I guess so. Yeah. Yeah, I
And
did do that.
He's
we
like,
got
yeah, I did.
Yeah, I did.
and we got an awesome charity organization involved, and we're going to donate all the proceeds from that show to them.
Who's the
Yeah,
charity?
yeah. The charity is I just looked it up. It's something American for suicide prevention or something like that. I'm not exactly. I'm really bad at this. Like, I'm not exactly sure what it is. But after I can send you like the proper link and everything. I just got an email from her confirming everything, and we're gonna have like a representative down there. Actually, like, this was my girlfriend's idea because like I had some things happen to me that were just shitty, and um I said like my band's like I finally got a lineup again. I took like kind of a little hiatus and was working on some things, working on myself, you know what I mean? And I got back into it and all this stuff happened to me, and I was just like, what a better way to come back, you know what I mean? And do
Proud
a
of you.
charity thing and be like, yo, I want to give back to the people that give to me, because regardless if those people know me or not down there, I've been playing down there for a long time. And like a lot of those people have been coming back. So it's like, kind of like, yeah, man, like you people have showed me support for how many years? For over a decade, that it's just like, when I finally realized that, it's like, wow, it's time for me to do something personally and kind of make amends with things and people that I've like wronged. And yeah, it was a whole entire thing. I mean, we can go more into it if you want. It gets kind of dark, but like, I mean, that's why I'm here.
All right, lay down on the couch and tell me where it hurts.
It hurts. Hurts right under my gooch, dude.
But I'm proud of you, dude. All seriousness.
The space between a blink and a tear, you know what I mean?
Dude, I actually saw. We can get into that, but you said gooch, and it reminded me of an ad on Craigslist I saw one time, dude. Somebody was selling a chouch. Like they misspelled couch, CHOUCH. And I looked it up. I'm like, what is a chouch? And it's another name for a gooch. So this person is selling a slightly used chouch.
Dude, Nate, you said one. You said one that I don't remember. What was it the other day? It starts with a D? Or no?
I don't remember.
It was a good one.
So this charity event though, dude, like I'm big into like mental health and shit because like I deal with anxiety and all that stuff, fun stuff. So if you need help with this charity event, let me know the date. I'll try to get it off.
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, it's April 16th. Am I correct on that?
Yes.
That's my birthday.
April, I think it's April 16th or April 19th.
It's the day before. It's the day before Easter.
Yes. So whatever day that is.
Because actually Easter next year is on 420.
Yeah, so it's April 19th. That's right.
Okay, cool. Because man, like you know how that is booking shows. Like I juggle so much stuff. I'm just like I get dates mixed up all the time. Like I'm emailing wrong dates, and I'm like, dude, I'm so dumb. These people think that like I'm so confused. Like obviously, I'm very, very mentally confused and conflicted.
Dude, I feel you. I'm that way, like with this podcast and juggling this, and I do stand-up comedy.
Oh, you do stand up? Do you watch Kill Tony at all?
I love it. I don't agree with him in a lot of fields, but in comedy, I love it.
I love comedy. I just love comedy.
Ever watch Jimmy Carr?
Jimmy Carr. I've heard of him. Yeah. Is that old English guy?
I wouldn't say he's old. He's like in his 50s.
Well, he's not old, but he's like real proper and stout and English.
He looks kind of like one of the puppet from Goosebumps.
He looks like if Guinness was a drink. You know, if Guinness was a person.
If Guinness was a drink, it is actually.
Yeah, sorry, dude. It's the lettuce. It's the lettuce.
It's really taken hold. No, we was talking earlier, and I like to go down rabbit holes too. So we're going to talk mental health rabbit holes. I have ADHD, so this is going to be everywhere. But we were talking about ancient aliens. Are you familiar with the ancient astronaut theory?
Yeah, dude, I love that guy when he's just like he like has the aliens and he has the hair.
He looks like Kramer.
It reminds me of my one of my best friend. Actually, their band's playing this show as well. They're called Dr. Smoke. His mom, Mary Margaret. His name's Matt Tahosky. He's one of those Polish people with weird last names where they go skiing or something like that. I don't know what that's about, but she has this hair and it's just like 80s poofy, and when she gets pissed she'll fucking shake her head and then her hair will start moving, but like her hair will fucking move after her head is stopped. You know what I mean? So like that's what he reminds me of. Every time he says aliens, his hair just keeps fucking moving and his head still freaks me out a little bit.
So do you believe that we could have came from aliens?
Yeah, anything's possible, dude. If you're like gonna tell me, you're gonna sit here and tell me you know what happened, you're probably a fool.
How
so
crazy?
Like, I believe anything.
How crazy would it be though to find out that the second coming everybody's waiting for is just the aliens coming back?
That would be crazy.
You're like, well,
so like our experiment didn't work, so we're gonna eradicate all of you.
I have one question. If the aliens come, can I at least fuck one before I die?
Okay, so we can go there. We can go there. Yeah, I'd probably fuck an alien for sure.
This show, you can go anywhere you want.
Well, I mean, I can't do that physically because, I have a partner. I would never do that.
It's not cheating. It's interspecies.
It's extraterrestrial.
It's not cheating, baby. It's out of this world.
It'd be very spiritual, I think. Yeah, it would be very spiritual.
I wonder what kind of diseases you can get from that.
Like, maybe you could get some weird particle disease, space AIDS, dude, and you like a black hole. You know,
spades.
Yeah, spades.
Wow, this went off the rails really quick. Okay.
Yeah. You said it, man, and I didn't want to bring it there, but you brought it there. I mean, I'll match you. You know what I mean? It's scary.
It's beautiful. I love it.
It's scary.
But no, I was telling Nate, I stumbled upon the Emerald Tablets of Thoth.
I don't know what that is.
Thoth is a old Egyptian god of writing and literature, all of that. Like he supposedly wrote everything. He created language. He holds all the wisdom and all of that. Well, these tablets were supposedly written by him. And he mentions arriving from Atlantis. And we all come from stardust.
Well, I believe that.
And he mentions how he arrived in his spaceship. Like
I believe the stardust thing. Yeah, we're like particles of the universe. And I believe that. But I mean, that's crazy. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Like he's mentioning Atlantis, and I'm like, well, every major religion, and even the tablets that aren't involved in religion, they mention a city similar to Atlantis.
Yeah.
Where are these tablets at? Are they physical tablets?
No. That's the thing. This guy's supposedly seen them. They're a legendary tablet that is mentioned in Greek in Egyptian mythology a lot, and nobody's actually seen them.
Oh, okay. So
they've been translated over time. Now, the Sumerian tablets are physical. You can find those ones. And I mentioned the Anunnaki, which, have you seen the Anunnaki?
Yeah, I know what that is, yeah.
And the Anunnaki was mentioned in every major religion at that time.
Oh, there we go. I got the full screen going on. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, dude. Sorry.
I love watching another stoner try to figure out technology. Like this. We got fucking Joe Rogan down here trying to figure this shit out.
Dude, have you watched Have you watched the new Anthony Jeselnik?
Oh, dude, I love that man. I haven't seen it all the way through, but I've seen bits and pieces.
Dude, the new one is
Dude,
great. The new one's great.
I heard that it was really funny. Yeah, I
Oh,
did hear
dude.
that was really funny.
You mentioned Joe Rogan. He makes a joke with Joe Rogan involved, and it's fantastic.
I love
I'm not
him.
going to give anything away. It's hilarious. You got to watch it.
I love Joe Rogan's stand-up.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I like Jimmy Carr's a lot because his latest one, he's just trying to get canceled. He even says that at the very beginning.
Dude, I think Anthony was trying to get canceled for this last one. It was pretty intense. I love
Dude,
it.
I have a joke about getting canceled, and I can tell it here because I've told it enough. As a comedian, like I get kind of offensive at times. I get kind of edgy. And people are like, "Are you afraid of getting canceled?" And not really, because there's two types of canceled in comedy. There's two. There's the Dave Chappelle canceled, where you end up with a $20 million contract. And then there's Bill Cosby canceled. I'm not doing that. So, like, give me the. Well, there's three canceled, I guess. There is Michael Richards.
Yeah.
I gotta be
CK.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can't. I mean, dude, in a way, depends on the type of shit that you do. But if you do some just like some fuck shit, like some dumb shit that nobody really like, they're like, oh, that's bad. Like, you can't really get canceled if you don't care. You know what I
cancel
mean?
yourself.
Like, who cares? Just do what makes you happy.
You know
and
what's
if it's
weird, mate?
offending people, then and you're a comedian, it's your job. Who cares?
To add to what you're saying, though, Bryce, I'm gonna go back to Nate's point. He said there is Louis C.K. canceled. Louis wasn't canceled. Netflix quit showing his specials, yes, but he was still huge in the underground scene. He was selling out buildings.
That's ridiculous.
Like when he came back 2 years after the fact, he was huge. He released a special called Sincerely Louis, and he mentioned what he did.
That's crazy.
And it was hilarious. Because Louis was like, if you're ever in that situation and you ask a woman if you can do that, and then he goes to say something and somebody interrupts him, he's like, no, let me finish. He's like, no, you don't say that. You say
Did you see the Bill Burr one where he's like talking about things out of context, like when you're like trying to like, you know, get freaky or whatever, and you're like, they're like, no, don't do that, stop. And then he's like, yeah, on paper she said no, don't do that, stop. Like, it doesn't work like that. You know what I mean?
Well, that kind of reminds me of George Carlin has an amazing quote where he's like, the context is important because, and when it comes to words, like the word prick, for instance, like you can prick your finger, just don't finger your prick.
George Carlin is my dude. Like, especially like when he got older and he just got angry, and like it was so good. It's so good just listening to some dude just tell it to you like straight. Like, it's not even comedy at that point. Like, he's not a comedian anymore. He's like
philosopher.
This is my
like
fucking TED talk.
He's like a preacher, basically.
Yeah.
He's a preacher for the displaced youth. You know what I mean? Like,
well, what's crazy about George though is, did you ever hear how he wrote his material? Like how he wrote every special?
No, but I imagine he probably did. He put a lot of thought into it or not? Because I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't.
Comedy for him was his thing. Like he did it 24/7. So every thought he got, he would write down and would file it. And then he'd go back later into his filing cabinet, grab it and make it funny. So he would have a whole special written. He would tour that special, do the special, then never use that material ever again. And then like he would literally have a new special every year. He had 25 specials in his long year. And that's HBO specials. He had 12 CD specials.
Yeah, he had a bunch of vinyls and stuff like that. I know that.
And they weren't related to the HBO specials. So like
That's crazy, dude. Dave Chappelle used to did you hear about that thing that he was doing where he'd like put in a bunch of punchlines or whatever, and then he would write a joke around it or something like that?
Oh
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's how he
that's cool
writes.
too. I like Dave Chappelle a lot. Dave Chappelle, George Carlin. I really like. You know who I love, dude? Who's my favorite from Kill Tony?
Who?
Casey Rocket, dude, is my absolute favorite. Like, I love him so much, and I feel so empty that he's on tour and he's not coming around here, and I can't see him as much. So now I just have to watch YouTube videos of the Crab Man, dude. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I saw a video where somebody mentioned Zoidberg, and he's like, "No, no crab-based material. Get him out of here." I'm like,
Did you ever see Josh Blue?
huh?
Dude,
Go ahead, Nate.
what's crazy with like comedians nowadays too is like they all have their own podcast, so they're constantly being funny. Like, how do they how do they come up with material to tour with and then also be funny every single day on their podcast? Like the amount of
Like Theo
just
Vaughn.
yeah, dude. Like
It's like natural rhythm, dude. You either have it or you don't.
yeah, I know that's what I'm saying. Like
Like my
back
friend
then, it
Corey
was
Law, he's
they
so
weren't.
funny.
Yeah, you would only see their special or go see them live, and they would tour that same material throughout the whole year. And so, like a comedian would only have to come up with an hour a year. Now they're like an hour a year to tour with, but then they're also being funny constantly on their podcast every single day. It's like,
You know
man,
what's ironic though, Nate? Joe Rogan. No hate on Joe, but like if you watch his podcast, the dude's a comedian, yes, but his podcast, anytime somebody makes a joke, it goes over his head. Like, ever notice that?
a lot of things go over Joe
Yeah.
Rogan's head.
Yeah.
he's
His
like,
own head, dude. But that dude, like my friend, Kate Bonomo lives down in Austin, Texas, and she like does nails down there and stuff, and like makes a decent living, and she does like a couple famous people's nails and stuff like that. But she said she was stuck in traffic one day because Donald Trump was going to Joe Rogan's house. And she's like, I don't know what my life is. I don't know why I'm affected by this. I think it's so dumb. And then I guess like one of Elon Musk's, the Tesla place is behind her daughter's school.
but you mean to tell me that like Donald Trump had to sleep on Joe Rogan's couch? Like,
Yeah, probably.
you mean to tell me that?
He has a legitimate ass huge mansion. Like that dude is like, but the cool thing about like him and
I would come on your podcast, but I have to couch up.
they're just like they're unapologetically them. You know what I mean? Like they don't care what you think. Like they are just who they are, and that's like what people don't have nowadays. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I that's what I think. That's my opinion.
I like when people are unapologetically them, but I also like, I don't know. I don't like when people spread hate. That's my only, like, be
I hear you, buddy.
yourself.
Yeah,
Like,
I hear you.
like I've been hated on so much in my life because I've never been normal, and like
Same here.
I hear it from the religious side, I hear it from the
Same
fucking,
here.
and I'm like, you know what? If you listen to yourselves, you realize that you're a hypocrite.
Yeah, I'm like heavily tattooed, and I have like you know, like 666s and upside down burning crosses and all kinds of shit on me, and I have like a giant like half sleeve of a Baphomet, and yeah, I'm kind of like into that kind of stuff. I have a brimstone cross too on my leg.
Well, what people don't realize, okay, tomorrow morning or tomorrow around noon, which both of these episodes will be released probably in unison, but I am talking to a lady by the name of Kyra Maddox. She is a non-theistic Satanist.
Huh.
She's going to talk with me about this, but we can talk about it too. The Baphomet is not a symbol of evil and has nothing to do with Satanism. Satanism adopted that. The Baphomet is actually a symbol of duality.
Yeah.
It's actually an old alchemy symbol as well, because the as above so below, he says coagula and sauve is written on his fucking arms, which is both words from alchemy, which means create and destroy.
Yeah, it's just like the representation, the duality of life and death, and darkness and light, and man and woman, and everything. It's
Human and
everything.
animal.
Yeah, it's everything, dude.
Yeah.
And like that's the way that I kind of look at it. I don't look at it like in a way like I like black metal and I like blasphemous shit. You
Me
know what
too.
I mean? Like, and I like death metal, and
Fucking
I
Slayer.
like, I like, I like horror movies. I got like the Omen 666 that's on the back of his head or whatever. Like, I just like shit like that. This doesn't necessarily mean that I believe in anything like Satan. I just feel like, if anything, there are principles that are in that Bible that I do agree with, yeah. But like the Anton LaVey version of it or whatever, like that I just kind of do my own thing. I guess, like I
Well,
believe in certain principles of just being a good human being, and that's it. Like I
Exactly.
don't do magic or anything like that. Like I mean, I would love to, but like I don't want to. I don't want to.
do you know why they actually use the term Satanism, even though they're non-theistic Satanists? Do you know why they use the term?
I'm not really sure, man. I've honestly, dude, like I know a little bit, but I don't really delve like really, really, really far into it because I'm like, I just don't have the attention span to watch like 50 minutes on YouTube or
I'll
something.
tell
I'm
you.
falling asleep.
Don't worry, I'll
Like,
tell you. I'll tell
yeah,
you. There are also a such thing as Luciferians, and there's
yeah.
non-theistic and theistic versions of them as well. But as far as Satanists are concerned, the term Satan is not a human being or a entity in the original translations of the Bible. They called people that were adversaries for the church. Satan is actually an old Hebrew word for Latin word. Sorry, it was translated to Latin for adversary. Lucifer is actually a word that means morning star. Neither one of those were physical beings in the original interpretations of the Bible. Jesus is identified as the morning star. The fucking king at the time was defined as the morning star. It's anybody who is the bright and morning star.
The light bearer,
The
dude. You know
light
what I mean?
bearer,
Like,
the
yeah.
bringer of knowledge.
Yeah, I do write about some crazy, weird shit like that too. I forgot about that. So yeah, but
So, like,
I'm glad that you know about this because you're schooling me, man. I'm down with it. You know what I mean?
well, there's actually theistic Satanists too and theistic Luciferians that do believe in the Abrahamic religions, but they believe that if you read the book, who kills the most people? So why am I going to worship that? So they just decide, because I actually talked to a legitimate Satanist and with an open mind and open heart, and his defense was is that when it comes to Satan, right? Satan was described as the god of this earth. Why not worship the god of the earth?
Well, I'd rather, like if I was going to worship something, I'd rather worship something that I could actually see.
Yeah,
So
the sun.
yeah, the sun. Yeah, pretty much like I'd rather just look at that and be like, thank you every day that you're here in this cosmic nothingness floating around in infinite nothing that's ever expanding and ever contracting. Like, that sounds ridiculous, dude. I just want to live my life.
Unless
I
the
think,
unless
no,
unless the sun's fake too, it's all simulation.
dude, don't
Yeah,
start that.
dude.
There actually is a group of fucking people that think the sun is fake. It's like them flat Earth people. Like,
Yeah, dude, that's hilarious. That's really funny,
Well, I mean,
actually.
it would be fake if this was a simulation.
bro, I heard that theory. A friend of mine hit me with it, and I was stoned just enough to believe him at the time. He was talking. He's like, "Okay, we're all made from energy. We're all electricity, correct?" I'm like, "Yeah." So the Earth is a never-ending electric ball, and we're just the universe experiencing itself. Therefore, all of this has already happened. It just keeps repeating. And I'm like, "Word?" And he's like, "Yeah, I've done mushrooms." I'm like, I'm like, I haven't, but you got me. Like, but it is an interesting belief system.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I mean, like, I don't know, man. People, every time I drive down the road and I see one of those, like, God, has the Judgment Day signs. I'm like, man, like, and my
What is
friend,
it?
my guitar player, he's like, why do you let that bother you? And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know why it bothers me. Maybe it's because it's always there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so the way that I feel about it is if I have to read it, if I'm doing something and if I'm making a music video and you're watching it, you're going to have to see it too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so, I mean, there is that whole thing with me as well.
I've
But
never understood the like people allow religion to cause them to hate people that don't believe the same thing and want to push theirs onto you. It's all a theory. Like we don't even know how them tablets were actually literally translated because it was
well, it's
all
just like an ego, dude. It's like everybody has some sort of
like it's horrible.
they hold them they like hold themselves in high value and think of them highly of themselves, and that's just the problem right there. Is
There's
that
one
nobody's actually on the same level. Nobody's loving you like just to love you. They're doing it for an ulterior motive, and it's just kind of wrong. But like, not everybody though. You know what I mean?
not
But
everybody.
you
My
got to think about
family's
it.
religious and they're great people, but like
Yeah, like you got to think about it like this too, dude. Some people need Jesus, like we need music. There you go.
well, the
So
thing is
yeah,
Jesus, it's weird. Christianity and Abrahamic religions are kind of weird in a way because they are rooted in some history.
it's all weird. It's all a
'Cause-
cult.
well,
It's all a giant
no,
cult.
no, it's in those regards it is. But what I'm saying is a lot of it is rooted in real history, but those accounts didn't necessarily happen that way.
Yeah, I think that somebody ate some mushrooms and then somebody stumbled upon a burning bush and then somebody wrote some crazy shit.
Bro, honestly,
Yeah,
the theory is the higher subconscious was pretty much came to be either from lizards, which is that is a part of lizard DNA, or it was activated when we did psilocybin for the first time and we gained a higher subconscious. And our only way to recognize that high conscious is by materializing it as something else.
yeah, I believe that 100%. I believe that.
And we're
I think.
basically the gods that we're worshiping. We just materialize it as something else.
I mean, dude, like if you've ever taken psychedelics or you've ever smoked DMT and you broke through the picture puzzle pattern door, um, you would know. But that's another conversation. That's a whole other
When it
three
comes
hour conversation.
when it comes to this though, bro, is the Indians talked about it all the time. There's three types of awareness. Well, there's more than that, but there's three main types of awareness. There's this awareness, like what we're existing in right now. There's our thoughts, which come and go. We don't know where they come from, but they come and go. And then there's the higher subconscious that can control those thoughts if you tap into that.
I believe it. I'm down with
Um,
that.
so it's weird because where do these thoughts come from? That goes back to the theory that every thought already exists. There are no original thoughts. We just act on them.
Yeah.
The universe is using us like fucking puppets, and we choose whether or not to listen or not. So is there really free will? Or are we
I
just
don't
doing
know.
what, or are we just choosing which thing the universe wants us to do?
I don't know. Do what thou wilt, and that shall be the whole of the law. And love is the law. Love underwill, dude. You know?
Mr. Crowley! Isn't bad, I know that. I study various theologies, so
No, I really like shit like that, man. That's like what I'm into.
dude,
Is
I
stupid
have
shit.
issues reading Aleister Crowley though.
Yeah, he's weird. When Cecilia farts. Yeah. You ever read that one?
Yeah, I tried. I can't translate him yet. I've not gotten that far into esoteric language.
Well, I just like kind of like I think I was listening to some sort of audiobook where he's talking like that. It kind of reminds me. You fuck with King Diamond at all or like
Fuck
Merciful
yeah.
Fate?
Yeah, I fuck with Merciful Fate,
Dude,
bro.
it reminds me of like when he's doing the Puppet Master. Like you remember the video of him doing the Puppet Master, and he's these puppets, like shit like that, dude. You know what I mean?
Shit, dude. I love this, by the way. You guys should come on more often. I like chatting with you guys.
Yeah, you're really cool, man. Thanks. I've never done this before, and
I
honestly,
knew you guys. I knew you guys would get along for sure.
thank you, Nate. I really appreciate you, man. And the show's going to be a lot of fun. We haven't even talked about that yet. That's a whole thing. Every time that I plug my phone in or like try to like swipe down on my phone, it like makes that crazy reverb noise. So I don't even know like what my phone is charged at. It might be around like 40% or something like that.
Dude, go ahead and promote.
Huh?
There you go. Go ahead and promote. You said you wanted to promote before we get on too many rabbit holes. I'm still here. You're good.
Yeah, the show's gonna be on April 19th. It's gonna be Plaguewielder, Doctor Smoke, Iron Flame, and my band Theriaca. So you're gonna have four bands playing full sets, and all the money generated is gonna go towards the charity. We're gonna be doing some raffles, and I think that we're probably gonna do like a guitar raffle and a merch raffle, and we're gonna also tase Bryce's nuts. So that's gonna be fun.
Dude, I want to tase his nuts. Oh, he left. I think his phone died. Dude, that's cool. Is tasing the nuts real, or is that something you made up?
We talked about it. I don't know if it's gonna happen or not, but he said he would. So like if we did like a raffle where like people donate, a couple bucks or whatever for a ticket, and then if your name gets drawn, then you get to pull the trigger.
That's fucking hilarious, dude. Oh, he's back, Stoner man.
Correct.
There he is, trying to figure out technology again. What's up?
I was correct, and yeah, the last thing that I heard was something about my nuts being tased. Um, yes, that is the truth. That is the truth. I've been getting my genitalia waxed before this. Prior, it will be everything that I ever thought it could ever be.
What if
We'll
you
wait to see then.
what if you
Follow more.
discover a new
DM
kink?
for private consultations. You know what I mean?
What if you discover a new kink, bro? Like, what if that happens?
I don't know what's going on with my life at all.
Oh Jesus,
Still trying to
dude,
figure out technology.
you're that old guy. You're like, hey. So, at what stage of our lives do we start making profile pictures like that?
I don't know.
or like this. Like
Show me your bobs and vagine, please. Show them to me.
Yeah, we got
yeah,
that.
this show's gonna be awesome, man. I can't wait. We've been like us in the Theriaca camp, we've been talking about wanting to do some sort of event like this. So it was like perfect timing when Bryce mentioned wanting to do something like let's team up and do this together. And we've all experienced, mental health issues. We've all had people, that have, I mean, I know I personally have had, friends in the past that have committed suicide and people that have come close to it. And just bringing awareness to that is very definitely very important, especially in this area. Like the Ohio Valley, it's a very depressed area, and we need to be aware of that for
Mm-hmm.
sure.
I know.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly with all those sentiments completely. Yeah, I've went through a lot of things recently that have brought me to a lot of life changing points where I have just kind of opened up as a person. You know what I mean? Like I'm really, for a long time I think that I didn't really think that anybody respected me or whatever for just like the choices that I've made or maybe things that have people have heard about me or man, it's been shitty. I've been I mean, I'm good now, but I've been sober for 5 years from drinking. Obviously, California sober. I don't really mess around with any other drugs anymore. But yes, I have like
The
full
plant.
blown fucking drug addict tendencies. Um, you know what I mean? Like I've been there. Been down that road. I've know plenty of people that have been down that road. I'm sure like you guys have. Um, but yeah, I had a psychotic break, and on October 28th, it was a Monday, um, and it like I don't know, man, it fucked me up real hard. I don't really want to like necessarily say what happened because I don't want to like put anybody out there like that. But like some things happened and it was like fight or flight. Obviously, I'm not very inclined to fight people. I'm a pretty peaceful guy. I don't really like confrontation or anything like that. So I chose flight. I had a psychotic break and I saw myself in somebody else that was completely shit faced. And I went back to that dark spot in my life where I was for a very long time. And I had realized that not subconsciously, I realized that I was trying to off myself as much as possible with whatever I could get my hands on for years and years.
Damn, dude.
And yeah, I went back there and I saw myself losing control. I saw myself killing myself. I saw myself killing other people with no fucking hesitation, dog. Like it's real. And yeah, fuck all that. So I decided to just be fucking proactive about it, man. And like I took 2 weeks off of work. I'm still dealing with like the financial fallout of that because I had to fucking like didn't work for 2 weeks, no money coming in, can't pay my bills. Like now I'm stuck in like a limbo of shit. Like I'm still going through a lot of shit, man. Like in like, I'm cool. I started taking up different hobbies. I went and got like a genetic testing done for like my medicine or whatever to like, I don't know if you guys ever heard of that. It's like they like do like a mouth swab on you and
Yeah.
they give you, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, cool. Okay,
yeah.
everybody knows.
Like the ancestry test, kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
they
yeah, yeah.
they base your medication around your genetic makeup, basically.
Okay, I've heard of that. Yeah, kind of like how
Yeah,
they do, like they check your genes and shit through
Yeah,
mouth swab and all that. Okay.
it's
yeah,
brilliant.
and just did that and started to be proactive. Started doing this band thing again. It was just like, fuck it, dude. What else do I got to lose? Perfect time. And it was like, dude, it was weird because this shit had to happen. I had to go to that place. That had to happen. I had to have those fucking mental breakdowns and emotional breakdowns for the next 3 days after that. Like I was like fucking incapacitated, dude. Like that nothing's ever happened to me like that. Like I've had panic attacks and that wasn't a like I've had mental breakdowns and I've had emotional breakdowns and that wasn't any of those. It was like I thought that I was gonna go to the the psych ward for
Damn.
sure. And I was listening and it was fucked up because like we have a new album coming out. It's called In Dust and Ash. It comes out January 8th. Shameless self plug. And we just got these mixes because my drummer had finished the mix and mastering of everything and it sounds so fucking good. Like it is like the best sounding album that I've ever done in my career. Um, and I couldn't even listen to it because it'd put me back in that place where I was having mental and emotional breakdowns. I think I left the house one night to go to Speedway or something and I mistakenly put it on and then I kept
Yeah.
listening. And then I ended up stopping at the Speedway and sat there for about 45 minutes just texting my guitar player. And it like got to the point where I was saying some really weird out of pocket shit. And he's like, dude, do you want me to come get you and take you to the hospital right now? And I'm like, I don't know, man. Yeah. And then like I had that appointment for the genetic testing the next day and I was just like, nah, dude, I'll be good. I'm going to go back home. He sent me like some breathing videos and I went into the kitchen. I did some breathing for like 3 minutes and I was fine. But like, yeah, that shit is like an emotional roller coaster. And I like was doing this like I was like just typing out the lyrics in Meta AI on Messenger
Mm-hmm.
and just throwing all the lyrics in it, not generating new lyrics, just seeing what it's saying. You know what I mean? And I realized the whole album is about my grandma dying. She died in March, like 2000, not March. Um, it was like a couple weeks before COVID. She died, and it was really like I mean I feel bad because like thinking back about it because like when I was younger, like my dad's parents died, but I was younger. Didn't really like affect me the way that it did when I'm like fucking like in like a middle-aged man now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wrote a whole album about her. Um, and it's a fucking emotional roller coaster, dude. Like it's like a black metal album, but it's like if you listen to like you like The Cure at all, or like any
Fucking
like
love The Cure, dude. I
yeah,
love music.
it's like The Cure meets black metal.
Nice.
That's interesting.
It's like post black metal, gothic metal kind of shit
I
like
like
that. Like
that.
there's like elements of like doom and sludge stuff like that. Like, and you know, this whole thing led me to just like, you know, uh, like I have an awesome girlfriend now, and I have like my band is like they're my two best friends that I've had. I've been working with them since I've known them since I was like 14 straight up. I'm 35 now, and I've been playing music with them since I was that age. You know what I mean? So like
Shit.
um we are like they're my brothers. Like when I say they're my brothers, I mean like they're a part of my family, and their family is a part of my family as well.
Well,
You
family
know,
don't need to be blood, bro.
Nope,
yeah,
not at all.
it's but I ate shit to get to this point. Is what I mean. And I've been making amends with people like after all this happened, because there's a lot of things that I've done in my life that I've talked to people about and they've forgiven me, but I never did the healing. I just kind of got sober and never forgave myself for what I did to people. You know
And
what I
the
mean?
thing is, though, dude, is when it comes to depression and stuff. By the way, I'm proud of you for going through that and making it
Yeah,
out.
man, for sure.
I love you, brother. It was nice. It's
Love you
nice,
too, man.
nice
It's nice
getting
to
to know you,
meet
bro.
you. You seem like a really good guy, and I
I
would love to
appreciate.
be on your show again.
I appreciate that. When it comes to psychology, though, where we get it wrong, as we say, "Oh, we was healing," when there is no was healing. We're constantly healing. We're constantly changing. We're constantly evolving. If we're decent humans, we are trying to anyway. We're
Yeah, well,
constantly evolving, constantly.
that is a bold statement for some people, but yeah, you are correct. Keep going.
But if you're going the right paths, you're never done healing. You're always healing from something. So something that's helped me that I actually have been reaching out to people that suffer from depression as well. And it's hard to do when you're really at rock bottom. It's basically something you want to start working on and make a habit out of is getting to know your shadow self. Ever do shadow work?
No, I don't
Do
even
you,
know what that is. And I have a
shadow
therapist and everything. Keep going. I'm listening.
shadow work is when you talk to your childhood trauma or your trauma in general.
Oh, okay.
Basically, you let's say you get a bad thought in your head and you talk to it like it's a separate being and you answer yourself and you talk back and forth and you get to the root of the problem. So when that thought comes again, you're like, hey, I'm just thinking that because of this. It's not real. It's not reality. It's a trauma. Any fear you have is not real. It's trauma and anxiety talking, and anxiety roots from trauma. So you have to get to know your shadow self, which is you versus your thoughts. Your shadow self lies within your thoughts. You need to reach your higher subconscious to question those. Basically, talking to yourself, because we're being taught that talking to yourself is crazy when no, it's being in tune with yourself.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
you can either do it through journaling or legitimately talking to yourself. But you have to go into it without judging yourself. That's where we get it wrong. A lot of people talk to themselves, but we usually judge ourselves and say we shouldn't feel this way. Any feeling that you feel is you. Anything that you've done is you. Every version of you that lies within other people is you. It is all you, so accept it. We're humans. We all fuck up. It's us. It's kind of like the Buddha thing. If you worry about, don't worry and you'll be fine. It's pretty much like that, but like address yourself, feel how you need to feel the feelings, accept them, and then talk to yourself and say, why do
That's
I feel
crazy.
this way? Why do I feel this way? And instead of finding happiness by reaching out to people all the time, which is fine, you can reach out too, but you start to get to know yourself in a way that nobody else does. And you get to help yourself. Because you going to other people all the time, occasionally is fine, but going to them all the time, you're not fixing the problem. The
Yeah,
problem lies within you.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that I had to come forth with like my parents about. Like my mom's like my best friend,
Mhm.
and she realized that she didn't know me at all. You know what I mean? And we had that conversation, and you know what I mean. And same with my dad. And those are the conversations that you need to have with people.
Yeah, we're taught, especially around here, we're taught to not talk about it. Just, and
Yeah, those are.
that's why I think that like bringing awareness is so important, because that's all that's really, look at your situation. Like, all you have to do is talk about it. Like, you talk to your guitar player about it, and he brought you out of it. You know what I mean? He helped roll that, get that going. Like, kudos to you for getting yourself where you need to be, but you had the help too. You know, like,
Yeah,
that's kudos to your guitar player.
dude.
Major
Everybody
kudos. Yeah.
like when that was happening, it was my guitar player and my girlfriend, and they got me out of the situation.
Yeah.
And like,
See,
You
those are the
talked about it.
people.
You talked
Those are
about it.
those are the people you need. And the point I was making is, I'm not saying don't reach out at all.
No, yeah.
I'm saying in order to help somebody or help yourself, you need to be willing to help yourself along with the people that are helping you.
Yeah,
It
for
can't
sure.
just be them helping you, because I see so many people all the time in the same situation for long periods of time because they're just reaching out, but they're not taking the advice. They're
Yeah,
not doing
exactly.
what they need to do. So I just wanted to clarify what I
Oh,
meant.
yeah,
no,
yeah,
you're
for
under.
sure.
I
I agree
Yeah,
with you 100% on that. That's, I've been in that situation before, like, even with past bandmates, you know what I mean? Like, you can like, you trying to help somebody can only go so far. Like,
Mhm.
there's a point where it's like, okay, I've done everything that I can. There's no,
yeah,
you have to help yourself for sure. But
Mhm.
like,
yeah,
talking about it and being aware of what's going on and not hiding it or holding it in is definitely the number one first step, for sure. Yeah.
And you know what's weird, and this is a thing that I saw on Instagram. It's kind of related to what we were saying, but it's kind of not. The average human needs to realize something. If you ask somebody, "Who are you?" nobody can answer that question. Nobody can answer fully who they are because there is no. All of us exist within the same realm. We all have a human experience, but we can't really explain who we are because there's a different version of me that exists within Nate. His opinion of me is my different than my opinion of myself. Bryce's opinion of me and the way he views me is completely different than how this person will see me. There's different
Yeah.
versions of you that exist. So if we accept that all those versions, like I said earlier, exist and it's okay, and they're all me, instead of trying to fight the bad parts of yourself, because we all have bad parts. That's how we can heal. Like Bryce. Bryce admitted he had problems. He admitted it's an ego problem for a lot of people because it's hard to admit that you're the one that's fucking up.
yeah. Very true.
Yeah.
Same
Because
thing with the religious thing. It's like an ego thing.
yeah.
It's the same thing. It's all relatively the same thing, man. It's just people are just ignorant, and I'm ignorant as fuck. And I'm trying not to be. I'm really trying not to be, and I'm trying to stay on this path. But what has really helped me is picking up new shit. Like I started using CapCut. I've been talking to Nate about this a lot. Like I just made a music video. I just made a guitar playthrough. I just made a lyric video. I started painting with watercolors. Like my guitar player owns a tattoo shop in Alliance, Ohio, which is kind of near. It's like 20 minutes away from Canton, Ohio, if you know where that is. It's called
Oh,
Yeah.
Art
yeah.
of Gold, and he's been tattooing for 20 years in March, I think. So like I'm around a fantastic artist all the time. So like I'm just I don't know. I go there and I hang out and I get bored and I'm like, well, I could paint now. You know, I'm watching them do it. I'm like, well, I've painted before, I can do it. I mean, I'm not that great at it, but like it's something to do. And just working on videos. I've been like hitting social media like super hard. Um, like just mainly Instagram because Facebook just sucks for me anymore.
Get a blue
And
sky.
huh?
Get a blue sky account.
A blue sky?
We were
Yeah, it's
talking.
like it's the new Twitter. We were talking about it earlier.
Yeah, it's
I
like
never I don't know, man. I never really messed around with Twitter like I did when I was younger. Is that still? I don't even know if that's like a thing. Like I kind of live in a shadow
it's called
world.
X now. Elon Musk
X,
bought it.
yes.
Yeah,
I,
It's probably I would argue to say it's the biggest social media platform.
currently, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's up there with TikTok, and I mean it's at the same level at least with TikTok
The
and
only thing I don't
Facebook and
like,
all that.
the only thing I don't like about Twitter and Blue Sky is the limit on characters that you can post.
Yeah,
I don't like it, and tags are included in that. And I'm like, I don't like all that. I don't know. I
that's
don't like.
probably yeah. That's probably something that I should get into because I can't keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. So I have to branch out. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And that's what I've been trying to do with the social media is trying to branch out and trying to make like a presence because like I am the band like it is me and it depends on me and if I'm not doing it nobody's going to be doing it for me. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Like and I don't have money to pay anybody to do it
Well,
obviously.
you're
Like
doing a good job, dude. Because I've seen your name fucking everywhere in the area. So
you think so?
I've seen you on various posters that I've seen.
Really?
You've
Cool,
played.
man.
You've played with a few bands that I know. I mean, we run in similar circles though, so that don't say much.
Well, well, no. That's fine. That's fine. But what are some of these bands that you've seen,
Oh shit, bro! Like I've been to a
dude?
lot of shows.
I can rattle off so many bands for you right now.
Have
You're from
you
Pittsburgh, right?
have you ever played with well, Psalms of Silence is one of them.
Yeah. I've definitely played with them a couple times.
Shut.
They're pretty good
You
dudes.
played with Nate's old band Shrouded, didn't you?
Shrouded and
Yeah.
Neglect. No. Actually, me and Nate, we've never played together.
no, we've I've been to a handful of shows that he's played for sure.
Because I've been
And
to.
no, yeah, you did come see us play one time at it was at Cativo in Pittsburgh. Who was the
Oh.
headliner? Cattle
Oh.
Decapitation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did go to that show.
You
I
were there. I
remember that.
remember
Yeah.
because we after the show we like hung out upstairs and drank and had a good time. I remember that.
Oh, yeah, man. I don't.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, that's like during the time, man. You know what I mean? Like that
Yeah,
was that time.
I think I
that
may
was
have.
that was a crazy show too because that was the second time we played with them, and our drummer broke his back. Well, he didn't break it, but he hurt his back pretty bad, and we couldn't cancel that show because we had already sold like 50 some tickets, and
Was
like
it
we just
Goat
could.
Whore?
What's that?
Was it Goat Whore?
No, I think it was cattle decapitation.
Cattle decapitation. Yeah, I saw because I get confused because I saw cattle decapitation with Goat Whore one time. Oh, um, was I there with Matt?
I believe he was there. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that show. That was a weird night too. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, our
Weird
drummer
night.
hurt our drummer hurt himself pretty bad, and we ended up like scrounging with our producer to get the stem tracks, and we played that night without a drummer.
Damn.
Damn.
We played to the stem tracks from our record because we couldn't cancel the show. You know,
Damn.
it was like the day before when he fucked his back up, so like canceling that show was just not an option at all. So we paid our producer to get the stem tracks so that we could play that show. We
Fucking
showed
Yeah,
up and played
I've
without a drummer.
I played a show in Cleveland at Peabody's without a drummer one time. That
Oh,
was
dude, Peabody's, I remember that place.
yeah, with the tick 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 like right at the beginning of the you know what I mean? We didn't have in ear monitors then. We were like I was like 18. I was still in high school.
Oh, you had
whatever
the
happened
click
to
track. The click
Peabody's?
track was put on the track too. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah, so the yeah. Well, I mean like the count off was and
Oh, the
then it
count
was
off.
just the
Yeah,
drums.
Whatever happened to Peabody's?
They closed that place
they
down,
closed down.
dog.
Shit,
Yep,
dude.
that was a really cool spot. I love playing there, and
Yeah,
they had like a
I
little.
played I played upstairs, I played downstairs, I played the Pirates Cove,
The
like I
Pirates
played
Cove.
all
Yep.
those stages.
Yep.
Like
I miss the altar bar.
the
Oh,
Altar
dude, that was
Bar.
my favorite place to play in Pittsburgh. I love
Yeah.
that place.
You don't
I,
remember the
I
altar
think
bar?
I think I played there once when I was in an old band. I played there once or twice. It was pretty cool. I remember we played with this band called Angel Light with Nathan.
Oh,
Yeah,
yep.
we played a show with them there, and that's a name to bring up. But that's a name. Um, but he's a yeah. I'm sure that dude's nice. I'm sure he's a good dude. You know what I mean? Like we just everybody has different career paths, I guess, different choices that they have to make, and there's and that like the thing with the trying to you know just let shit go, and like like just let people be who they are, man. There's no point to fuck with them. There's no point to say
And there's
anything
no
to
point
anybody.
in judging them either.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guilty as fuck of that, and that's why I'm saying that. But yeah, like I'm just that's like dumb shit. That's just like yeah, I try really hard not to do that because it's like a reflection of me on myself. Because like if I hate somebody else, it's probably because I hate myself, and
Yeah,
I don't know them. You know what
that's
I mean?
part of the shadow work that I was talking about earlier. Is the only reason we get upset or mad at people like severely is because we're reflecting our own insecurity of that thing onto them. So anything we're mad about is just us. We're mad at ourselves. We're not actually mad at that fucking person. You know who I saw at Altar Bar, dude? Fucking Guar.
What?
Oh man.
Fucking
Did you
Guar.
have you watched that Guar the Guar documentary about how they like get all those CO2 cans and like all that stuff that they do and they pump all that fake blood back into like the outside of the venue like into it and like dude their stage show is crazy. Like I'm not necessarily huge into them, but I respect the shit out of that for
And it's
sure.
all out of their pocket, dude. They were an underground band for the longest time. No record
Yeah.
label.
Yeah, they're like that band though. They are
They tapped
themselves.
into that
And
niche, man. They created a
same
they
with that
created
dude, David Brocky, is that his name?
Yeah, Dave Brocky and there's another guy, Hunter Johnston, I think is his name. Is the guy?
Dude,
There's two guys.
did you ever see the one where they're going trick or treating and the people are bananas and he goes, it's the people from Banana. I don't remember like from Planet something something something. We gotta get out of here. Like
What's crazy is this Guar was always in character. Like they were
yeah.
on Fox News.
But
Like
that's what
back
I'm
in the
saying is that dude too, just like anybody else that has ever said anything that's ever offended anybody, he is unapologetically him. Like no matter what. You know what I mean? Like that dude's like straight up on drugs, like on the news. Like he
and
doesn't
he's
give a
talking
fuck.
about it, and I think he's joking.
He doesn't give a fuck. And that's what like Peter Steele from Typo Negative, dude, didn't give a fuck. And like
Ozzy Osbourne.
and that's what we're missing, dude.
Ozzy
Tell me.
Osbourne was on the news one time, and he was like, and the woman's like, "Hello, Ozzy, how are you?" And he was like, no. He paused for like a good solid 5 seconds, and then he was like, "What?" And she was like, "Hi, Ozzy, how are you?" "Oh, hi there."
Dude, but yeah, dude, like those people are in their own world. You know what I mean? Like those are not normal people. You know, like they're there for a reason.
Well, do
Like
you
they
know?
that was
they
their
cra-
calling.
they cracked the code for sure.
Well, no, Ozzy did a DNA test several years ago to find out why he survived drug abuse. Yes, that was a real research study. They took Ozzy's DNA and they found out that he has a rare genetic anomaly where he still has Neanderthal DNA.
Huh.
So his body's stronger than the average humans.
No, dude, that's amazing because he is a vampire, if you ask me.
Dude, when he came out, and I'm not trying to be mean when I say this, but we as a society, I know we all thought this similar thing. When Ozzy came out and was like, "I have Parkinson's," we're all like, "That's it?"
That's all you have. That's all you have.
You know what,
You're
man?
getting off. You're
See,
getting off easy.
I'm gonna have to let you down easy. And I've never, ever, ever in my life had a doubt about Ozzy Osbourne. Once, not once. He's always been the fucking man. I saw
Yeah.
that dude when I was when I went to my first Ozfest. I think I saw the original Black Sabbath lineup, and that's fucking it, dude. That's all you
And
need
my
to say.
hell yeah, my very first concert was Ozfest '99.
I saw,
99.
dude, you
Did you
guys are
see
lucky.
Typo?
What's that?
Did you see Typo?
No, Typo. I don't think it was Typo was on that bill. It
Fuck.
was I think it was Rob Zombie. That was Chevelle was like the opener on the main stage.
Back when Chevelle was like
Primus.
starting out.
What's that?
Slipknot.
Rob Zombie and Primus.
Slipknot.
Chevelle, Slipknot was on the smaller stage. They headlined the smaller stage.
Oh yeah, that was '99 when
Yeah,
Slipknot like got their like big
Yeah.
huge start on
yeah.
at
Yeah.
That was like the
They
original
started,
jumpsuits.
dude, they
And,
started out opening up. And then by the end of that tour, they were headlining that
yeah,
stage.
and then they played it again a couple. I think they did it like a couple years later, and they were asked to like play right before Ozzy, and they said no. We want to play on the second stage. We have more fun on the second stage.
Yeah, that was during Vermilion, and that was probably 2003 or
Yeah,
4.
What I love about Ozzy is I got to see him. You guys got to see him in like the '90s and shit. My mom didn't want me to see Ozzy, so like I had to wait until he
my
decided to
mom
tour.
took me to that concert.
I had to wait till he was touring again, so I got to see him in like Chicago in 2000, I think 17, and then I saw him on his farewell tour like 3 times. And it's interesting because Ozzy backstage at this time was like walking with like a limp and shit, but when he got on stage, he was running in place like he was a fucking Superman on stage. And they let him talk at one of the shows, and that was the last time I've heard him talk on stage. But he went to introduce his band, bro, and he was like, "I want to introduce you to my band. We've got Zach Wilder, the guitar. We've got Blasker on the fucking bass, and then we have the drummer. What the fuck's his name?
Is that one of your bits, dude? That's amazing.
And then Zach Wild whispered in his ear, he was like, "Oh, Tommy Clafidi, this next song was fucking paranoid." And my buddy sent me a video. He's like, "That's kind of like this," and he sent me a video. He was at some rock festival a few months prior, and Ozzy went to like introduce the next song, and he's like, "This next song is on our album. Oh fuck it, it's paranoid." Like that dude's been sober for so long, he's not sober anymore.
Dude, I don't think he is sober anymore.
Well, did you see the interview?
I think he drinks.
He said in an interview recently that he has an occasional wine, but he does smoke weed for his Parkinson's.
That's good. Good for the man. Good. I love his shows. I love Jack Osbourne. I just like Ozzy, and I like.
Like I said earlier, I am a comedian with a microphone. Don't take everything I say seriously. Like research yourself, but I do believe I've read that Ozzy is doing cannabis for his Parkinson's.
Well, hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I understand that you're a comedian. I get it. It's great. I love it. I love that for you.
I sometimes misremember things, and I've read sources that might not be 100%. So do your own research. But like I do,
No, you're good, dude.
I do believe Ozzy's doing weed for his, because he said something about Sharon wouldn't like that because she wants him to do no substances. But at the end of the day, what's over the counter versus weed?
Yeah, right, exactly.
It's a drug regardless.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Pfizer doesn't get their cut.
Could you imagine Pfizer weed? That'd be fucking horrible.
Yep.
Pfizer weed, dude. His lights went out. He's having a horrible time with that technology. Nate, I missed your face. You need to come on here more often.
I know, man. We need to get together, like face to face.
I've got the equipment. I can hang out there one of these days.
Like I've always had like the mentality of like, oh, we can't play with them because like, or like we can't play with bands that sing because we're a metal band, and like, you know what I mean? Like just stupid shit like
What just
that.
happened?
And
Wait,
like,
time out.
and after a while of
Hold on,
just
time out, Bryce. You blacked
having that
out.
mentality, you just forget about things, and
Bryce,
things
can you
never
hear
become an
us?
option
Can
to
you
you.
can
You
you
know what I
hear
mean?
us?
So like I'm doing myself a disservice by not playing with the people that are fucking right there. You know
Bro,
what I mean? Like,
time out, time out,
so
time
that's
out.
why.
What the fuck just happened?
He just came in. It was like people screaming. It's like, what the hell are you talking about? Lost him.
I feel like I'm in like a fucking debate, dude. Just- people screaming and yelling.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to be a dick because he might have been saying something very serious, but
I
that
know.
was
That's what I'm saying. Like he was pretty serious.
But yeah, just try being a fucking person and realizing all of this shit is just kind of like, man, like you're an asshole. Stop being
bro.
such an asshole.
Dude, hold on. Time. Can you hear us?
Can you
Yeah,
hear us?
Dude, we were
yeah.
sitting here and you blacked out, and then we were just talking, like having a serious conversation, and you come in screaming, like like people were screaming in bands, and then you blacked out again, and now you're having a serious. We don't know what the fuck you're talking about, bro.
Dude, we didn't hear anything you said
Dude,
That was
why is this
for
like
like the
I'm on an
last. Seriously,
iPhone?
dude, for like the last 5 minutes. Like you popped out and then you popped back in, and then you popped out, and you just kept talking while we were talking, and we're like trying to get you to stop talking
we
because we
had
didn't know
no
what
idea
you were
what the
saying.
fuck you were saying, dude. Like it made no sense.
Wow. I feel like an idiot.
No, dude,
No.
we love you, dude. It was just fucking great. You go back and rewatch this once we post it, you'll see what we mean.
Oh, geez. Can you see me below you right now, though?
Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
you. No, what happened
Okay.
was your screen blacked out, and we changed the subject because we thought you was gone, but apparently you was still talking. So then you came back, and you're just saying some off the wall shit that don't make sense. And you disappear again.
Damn. Well, yeah,
Dude, I love you. I
I
love you.
know. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
I was just
No,
trying to say that, like, I have been playing shows for so long, and Nate lives a town over from me, and we've never played together, and it's always been some bullshit, like, with me, like, where, oh, I can't, I'm in a, like, this, like, heavy metal band, and, like, we have to play these, like, underground type shows and shit. And after a while of doing that, you kind of get stuck and like not having options of what you need to do, of what you can do per se. Can you guys still hear me?
yeah,
Yep.
we're
Okay,
letting
cool.
you talk. We're letting you talk.
Okay, and yeah, that's basically it. And that kind of led me to why not fucking play a show with them? Why not try to get people into different shit? Like, regardless, like, when, I mean, like,
Oh, oh man.
going on, you know what I mean? But, like, the new territory. Um,
I'm too
I
high
just
for
want to
this
reach
shit.
out, dude. Same
Man, I
thing.
was really vested in that. God damn it, I was
I
so
feel like
vested
I'm
in that
watching a
story.
'90s TV, dude. I feel like AT&T, dude. What's up?
All right, someone, you know what it is, man? This dude keeps trying to call me, and he won't stop calling me.
Dude, that's what you get for
That's
being on Grindr, bro. I'm just kidding.
all
I
right.
love you, dude.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna step off just because like
I love you.
this dude won't stop calling me, and
I
I
love
It's
don't
all
know
good.
why
I
he's
think I'm gonna
calling me.
bounce here in a minute too. I gotta work in the morning, and
Okay, we're gonna wrap it up with Nate. We're just gonna talk about the shows coming up, and then we'll cut out of this. Dude, I'm sorry it didn't work, but like I love you, and it was comedy gold. So don't beat yourself up too much.
No. It's okay. I understand. It was just because somebody was calling me on Instagram who, like, I don't know. It's
But
okay though.
I totally agree with you, dude. I'm glad that we're finally going to be sharing the stage together for sure.
Exactly. That's all I was trying to say, Nate. I'm sorry about all the interruption and stuff like that from me and just like comedy gold. Yeah. When you go back and hear what I was saying after what I just said, it might make a little bit more sense.
No,
Yeah.
I get exactly what you were saying now. Like right when you started cutting out again, I was like, God damn it, I was so vested in what he was saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys.
It's
You're
all good,
good,
man.
dude. We love you. It's nothing but love, dude.
Hey,
Don't.
dude, thank you for having me on. Thank you so
Yeah, for
much.
sure.
You're more than welcome back, dude. And if you ever want to do a comedy metal show, dude, hit me up.
Dude, he can MC it.
That's what I'm
Like he
saying.
said.
It would be perfect. It would be perfect.
Do it. Just let me know. You said April 19th.
Yep.
I'll request that off because that's plenty of time out.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's just solidify it and say that we're going to do it because that's a good idea and you seem like a really good dude and I would like to meet you in person.
I appreciate you. I'm gonna kiss your little bald head when I see you.
It's not little, man. It's shaped like an egg.
Much love, dude.
Much
Good,
love, buddy.
good
See you
answer that
guys.
call.
Later, Bryce.
Later.
I wasn't trying to be a dick, but that was hilarious. Just the
Yeah,
timing.
I love it. I can't wait to watch it back. Dude, that's great. I fucking love that dude, man. I'm so glad we're gonna play together because I've been like we've like crossed paths so many times like within the music scene, you know what I mean? But we've never had the actual opportunity to actually like play together on the same bill. So I'm excited about it.
I've recognized that name Plaguewielder before. Like I swear I've seen it on posters and shit, but I
Oh yeah.
forget which bands I've seen him with. But
It-
he's a great dude.
yeah, he's been playing around the scene for a long, long time, man. Dude, like if you're like vested in the Ohio Valley music scene, you've crossed paths with him at one point for sure. He's one of those dudes that's like, oh yeah, I know him for
I
sure.
think me and him might have like not talked like this, but I think we crossed paths because that's how I am with a lot of local artists. Because like there's too many people to really get to know like
Oh
this
yeah,
before I even podcasted. Because I'd go to local shows, I'd say, "Hey, great set," but it wasn't like sit down and actually talk. That's how I am. And here soon, I'm going to have Juan on here of Sunless Sky.
oh nice.
Me and him, we've crossed paths many times.
Yeah,
But
I played with them one time up in Cleveland a long, long time ago. It was it was like a it was a benefit for uh oh who was it for? Jeffrey Nothing's wife, when she was diagnosed with cancer, they had
Stacy,
they had a like a benefit show, and a bunch of bands got together. And we had played with Mushroomhead a handful of times before that, so we went up there and played. And Sunless Sky was also on the bill too.
I love Jeff. I'd love to have him on the show sometime. I absolutely love his tenure in Mushroomhead. He's working on a new band, by the way. Did you see?
Yeah,
He's working on pretty much his version of Mushroomhead.
yeah, and I think J Man's band, um,
Killer's Confession.
Killer's Confession. I think that he's going to be working with them too. I think they're actually going to. I think, don't quote me on this, but I've seen some like hints of them possibly like touring together and like playing some shows together and shit. That'd be pretty cool.
Well, how about them open up and then them come together for a super group?
Well, there's like live videos of them like getting up and playing Mushroomhead songs together at like Killer's Confession shows.
It's kind of shitty that like I hate judging a band on that because I love Guar and they have no original members. But like Mushroomhead got rid of Jeff, which he was pretty much, in my opinion, like the voice of Mushroomhead. Like, yeah, J Man and all the other guys that sung for the group, but his voice is what made you know it's Mushroomhead.
Yeah, for sure. I could go on and tell you a million personal stories that I've had with them. Well, mostly their management team, but I don't even want to fucking talk about it. But like,
Understandable.
there's, it's, you know what I mean?
Did you
Annoying.
see? Did you see that OTEP is no longer touring?
Thank God.
She's done touring. I saw that post on Facebook. I don't know if it was directly from her. It might have been like a site similar to The Onion, but it said that OTEP is done.
I'll never talk shit on a band for the type of music they play, but I'll talk shit on a band for how they are as people. And I never had a good experience with her when playing with them.
That's what I've heard. She
And I'm not the only band who's been open about. I'm not the only person who's ever been open about that for sure.
yeah, she's kind of like the Ellen DeGeneres of metal.
She's more open about it than Ellen is, though.
Fucking Ellen, dude. But hey, we need to plan this again soon, a part 2, because we could have went for hours.
Yeah, maybe next time, like maybe I'll come over there and like we'll like sit together.
Okay, that'll work, dude. I'll have to ask because I currently my living situation. I live with my parents. I help them out with bills
Oh,
and shit.
okay. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, this way's fine too. Or
Okay,
maybe
I
we
can
could
get,
go. Maybe we could invade like Eaton Park or Denny's and just have a podcast in the middle of the dining room.
or just go to the mall. Just- dude, I have. Let me show you. I have my laptop. I can put my microphone on this little tripod. I don't know. We can figure something out, dude. It
Nice.
doesn't have to be like this. We could just record it and add it later.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
That'd be
like,
cool.
but I love you, brother. Thank you for doing this. I'll have it posted in a few days.
Nice,
It's
man.
gonna be raw and unedited, so you're gonna see all that shit that just happened.
Hell yeah.
But one
I
more
can't wait.
time, tell us about the shows.
Well, I'm not going to get into too much detail about what we got shows wise coming up next year because we want to really focus on pushing these singles. But I do want to push April 19th is going to be that charity event for suicide awareness, and it's going to be us, Iron Flame, Dr. Smoke, and Plaguewielder. And Bryce is like he's the go-to man for that whole thing. It's all his idea, and I'm just like stoked to even be a part of it because, like I said, us in the Theriaca camp have been talking about wanting to do something like this for a long time. So it's like perfect timing. But yeah, April 19th at River City. And we're going to be doing a bunch of raffles. Bryce is going to get his nuts tased, and it's going to be fun.
And I guess I'm gonna be emceeing it now. So
Yes, and yes, let's lock that in, dude, because I think that's
we got it.
perfect.
You want to know my first event I ever emceed was? It just
Go
happened
ahead.
recently, dude. I
Oh, was
emceed.
that one at that venue 3133?
No. That was Halloween show. I did
Oh,
I was emceeing for Altered States. They were doing their Metal for the Red Kettle with the Salvation Army,
oh, nice.
and it was great. Yeah, but I was worried about my sense of humor. But then I realized the Salvation Army wasn't there yet. Like they were showing up later. So I opened with like an abortion joke, but it was, but no, kind of I did. But the microphone was acting up, so it kept cutting out on my punchlines. Like they were censoring me. That's what it felt like. It was horrible, dude. But it was great. I loved it. It's not
The
like,
Salvation Army was aborting your mic, dude.
but what was funny is I was standing there, and I love the Salvation Army. I'm not meaning to be ill will or anything. It's just the comedian in me. The guy got up there, and I don't know if you know this, but they wear like the military, like fucking
Oh, yeah.
army suits. I'm like, I want one of those. He's like, you have to come to church a few times, and I'm like, really? Like, are you really trying to enlist me right now? But yeah, dude, it was awesome. I loved doing it, and I'm gonna love doing this one. Let me know if there's any regulations on what I can and cannot joke about, because
Dude, I'll always tell you this. Like, be yourself, man.
don't censor comedy, bro.
Don't censor comedy. Ever. Ever.
It's the last ditch effort of like, it's our last effort of free speech, dude. That's what the jesters were, dude. They were there to question and make fun of the king. Like that's what they were. That's what we always were. Sorry, I know you're trying to leave.
No, you're good.
You're like, I gotta go to work in the morning. I'm like, fuck all that shit. Let's just sit here and talk about stuff. No, I'm gonna let you go because we have a part 2 that I would like to schedule again very soon, like after the holidays, maybe January.
Nice. My birthday's in January. January 20th.
Oh shit, dude! Happy early birthday. Well, actually, I'm a little late. That
You're
I never understood that. Like, let's say my birthday's on the 16th, right? And you wish me a happy belated birthday on the 17th. No. You're just a year early, dude. Like, you just forgot. Like you're good. Like, that's
We got like a whole 364 days to go, man. You're way early.
yeah, you fucker. But anyway, I will chat with you soon, Nate. Get some sleep. Tell your lovely missus that I said hi, and if she ever wants to come on the show with you, or if she wants to join you next time, she can. Because she commented, she's like, "You never want to talk to me." Yeah,
She should. Yeah, dude. Next time we'll bring her on.
yeah,
She's fun to talk to for sure.
yeah. She's. I was talking to her at that show, and she's like, she knows a lot of shit.
Dude, she's one of the smartest people I ever met in my life.
Like, damn, I felt dumb as fuck next to her. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm like, jit. Like,
Dude, she is very smart.
like, I'm just a dumb stoner with a microphone compared to you. Like, I never understood people. I've seen a lot of people give like Joe Rogan shit. They're like, oh, he's just a dumb comedian with a microphone. I'm like, isn't that what journalism is? You're trying to educate yourself. And
yeah, I mean, and he's always been like the most open-minded about everything. Like, oh, I don't know anything about that. Let's talk about it. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like that's not people like. I mean, I get why people like would say that he's not smart, but like some of the smartest people in the world are like that. Like just because he's not well versed about what's going on doesn't mean he's not stupid. Like he's actually pretty smart because he wants to learn. Like
some of
that's
the
what makes
most
you smart.
intelligent, most of the most intelligent people that you'll ever meet don't do much of the talking and conversation, and they do
Yeah.
most of the listening.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get to that point where it's my ADHD. I just go everywhere, but I'm trying to work on my focus more.
Yeah, and he listens to retain information. He doesn't listen to respond. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense.
And he does respond if he knows what he's talking about.
Exactly. Like I don't know anything about that. Let's talk about it. You
And
know
he
what I mean?
even says on his own show is like, and what my guests are saying or what my guests are saying, it's not fact and it's not fiction. You have to do your own research.
Yeah. If he finds it interesting, he wants to talk about it or learn about it or listen about it. I like it.
He had Billy Corgan on there. I don't know if you're familiar with Billy Corgan.
Oh yeah.
But he was talking about like ancient civilizations and all that shit. And people were giving him shit saying, oh, he believes in the ancient alien theory, blah, blah, blah. And like, Joe just wants to learn. He has people on because he wants to talk to people that would talk about interesting shit.
Yeah.
Like
he would be a great mediator or a moderator for like a presidential debate. That's who we need, is someone like Joe Rogan.
Next year. If I was president, dude, I already know who I'd appoint to some of my positions, dude. It's easy. Like I've been thinking about it because in 4 years I can run, dude. So like I got to think about the important things in life. Like my Speaker of the House, Ozzy Osbourne.
The one who doesn't speak very well, you got him speaking?
Yep. Get his ass up there. They're like, so what did President Mike say today?
Anyway, this is Paranoid.
No, I would actually get Arnold Schwarzenegger. That'd be a good one. He has a very powerful voice that you also can't really understand. You know who I would actually have if I was a president for speaker would be Jesse the Body Ventura.
Oh, dude.
I could fall asleep to his voice. Like, it's so soothing. Like, he'll walk up there and be like, let me tell you about what's going on in this great country.
It sounds just like him.
Let me tell you about all of these conspiracies, okay?
Dude, it's hilarious.
Have you read my recent book? Democrats and Republicans, no more gangs in the USA.
Have Dr. Phil as your speaker, dude.
Dude, is it just me, or does like all men from Minnesota talk the same?
Oh, dude.
Because the My Pillow guy's from Minnesota too, and he sounds just like Jesse Ventura. Every time that commercial comes on, he's like, "Get my pillow." Like, is that Jesse Ventura? Motherfucker, like, this is my pillow. It has all the conspiracy theories within it. Isn't it weird that a governor became a conspiracy theorist?
Dude, we're all conspiracy theorists in one way or another.
Well, do you know why he started that show, dude?
Why?
He wanted to prove them wrong. So he dug deep, and some of them he proved possibly true.
Yeah.
Not all, but most. But there's some weird.
He wanted to prove them wrong.
Yeah, he wanted to prove the theories right or wrong. He's basically like the conspiracy theorist Mythbusters.
Yeah, I got you.
But he wanted to prove it, and this dude had balls. Have you watched his show?
Oh yeah, dude. I used to watch that show all the time.
He walks up to the fucking line and he's like, you're not ready for this. He walks up to the fucking Area 51. He's like, what are you going to do? Shoot a former governor? And he goes like, goes across the line. And the fucking armed guard walks up and says, Governor Jesse, you got to leave. And he's like, what are you going to do? That shit's fucking hilarious. He walks in the Pentagon and he's like, do you have proof that there's plane parts? He's a terrifying dude, but he has a very interesting voice.
Yeah.
And I would love, he was talking about running for president, but he never did. I'd love to see that debate. You're not ready for this, bro. This is going to be comedy gold. Who's running against me? Who's it going to be? Let me tell you something, Don. That shit would be comedy gold on television, dude.
Oh, man. At least that's one good thing we got out of the last 8 years is just the comedy, dude.
Dude, as a comedian, I'm excited.
Like just the comedy. Like I've discovered so many great comedians because of the last 8 years in politics. Just you know what I mean?
Dude, it keeps me, not just political comedy, but comedy in general, like gets our mind away from the shit, dude. Like
yeah. Exactly.
Shane Gillis. I fucking love Shane Gillis. His uncle. Have you seen that bit?
Oh yeah.
His fucking uncle making grilled cheese at night. Every night. I actually never really was that big into Joey Diaz until like the past 8 years.
Oh.
Uncle Joey, that dude's fucking hilarious, but he might be a criminal. like he might be, but like he's fucking funny, like, but in like a crude way. Like I saw a video of him. He's like in Vegas, and he screams at this Broadway lady. He's like, "Hey!" And she comes over, and he's like, "Stay black, bitches!" And he drives off, and they're all white. And he's an Italian, and he's yelling at them, "Stay black, bitches!" And he just drives away.
What the fuck?
He says that to people.
So random.
White people, black people, Italian. He don't give a shit. He's like, "Stay black!" Like he says. Like, what the fuck is that? And he does these motivational videos. Have you seen Uncle Joey's fucking motivational videos?
No.
Yeah, he does one. He's like, "Today's your bitch. Make it suck your dick," and shit like that. It's fucking hilarious. He does like random videos where he's like, "Today is your day. Make it your day. Stay black, bitches." And like, he shuts off the video. Did you see him eating the fucking edibles, dude?
No.
This motherfucker was eating these THC edibles, right? And he has his own show, and he has a survival kit, by the way, for these fucking edibles. He calls them the Stars of Death. They are, I think, 100 milligrams a piece. And there's 10 of them in a pack, and he eats 2 packs at a time.
Wow.
Like they're like, how many of them? Like he's sitting there popping them, and the person's like, "How many of those did you eat?" And he's like, "This is my second bag." And they're like, "That's 2,000 milligrams, Joey." and the person that had one is like an hour later, and he's sitting there telling stories, smoking a blunt.
Oh my god.
Shelly does.
Hey,
On camera.
hi. Who was that?
That's my mother.
Hi, Mom.
Say hi.
Hi, Mom. How you doing?
Hey, Dad.
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
She's
That'll say.
she's writing a book actually right now.
Oh, really? What's it about? Are you allowed to talk about it?
I would say it's what, like a biography, a bio book.
The name of it is.
Oh, hold on. Our live broadcast is ending, so
What's
we
that?
need to do part 2. Our broadcast is ending.
Oh shit. Okay. All right, man. Love you.
Oh no, you can still talk to me.
Oh.
But our broadcast ended, so
Oh, okay.
I'm just going to add an outro later.